tube from King's Cross going to work over at High Street, Kensington. We just pulled out of Edgware Road, and next thing I know, there's a large flash of light. Felt a burning sensation on my hands, put my hands up to my face. Was on the floor by that point. Yeah, I can't recall anything prior to that, any noise, any bang. And as soon as I realised, there'd been an accident, got up, had a look around, saw where the exits were. Train was a complete standstill, lights are out, a lot of smoke in the carriage, not a lot of people moving. There'd been another tube stopped parallel to us in the tunnel. They seemed fine. We were trying to get from our carriage over to their carriage, but couldn't get the doors open. So it's very much a case of waiting in the tube. Next thing we heard, some guys were shouting at the far end of the train that it was fine to get off. They'd be taking people off the back end of the tube.
Today we mobilised a total of 18 doctors to the incidents that occurred throughout London, where we were able to provide intensive care at the scene of the incident and deal with the injuries that patients had while they were actually trapped in the wreckage of the vehicles and in the tube.
Paddock will open proceedings. He will give you a brief update of the position. We will then hand over to representatives from the other.
In terms of what exactly happened this morning, at 8:51 this morning there was an incident at Moorgate, around Moorgate, Liverpool Street, Moorgate East underground stations. Confirmed explosion 100 yards into the tunnel from Liverpool Street station. It was believed that the train involved is either a central or a circle line train, and there are 7 confirmed fatalities in that incident. At 8:56 this morning, at the King's Cross Russell Square incident, again 21 confirmed fatalities in that particular incident. At 9:17, there was an explosion on a train coming into Edgware Road underground station, which blew a hole through a wall onto another train in an adjoining platform. In fact, it's believed that 3 trains were involved in that particular incident, and so far there are 5 fatalities in that particular incident. And then at 9:47, there was an explosion on a bus at Upper Woburn Square junction with Tavistock Place. There are fatalities in that incident, but at the moment we cannot confirm the numbers. So 4 devices, we believe, involved in today's incidents. The police service received no warning about these attacks, and the police service has received no claims of responsibility from any group in connection with these attacks. This clearly was a callous attack on purely innocent members of the public, deliberately designed to kill and injure innocent members of the public.
One-to-one interviews with the speakers.
We have treated 45 patients with serious or critical injuries, including burns, amputations, chest and blast injuries, and fractured limbs. We have also treated approximately 300 patients with minor injuries, including lacerations, smoke inhalation, shock, cuts, and bruises.
We do not want is an overload of the system again. So could we ask that people ring their family and friends?
At the moment, we don't know whether or not this was suicide bombers or whether this was simply packages left on the bus and in the underground stations. It's too early to say.
Certainly, we would like to offer our condolences to all of those that have injured or lost loved ones. We still have firefighters at the scenes and are still assisting in the work they have to do, and we will be there as long as it takes and needs to be there. We attended with some 40 fire engines and specialist equipment designed just for this purpose, together with over 200 firefighters today in London.
Excuse me, from ITN, I know you've just done one. Could you just briefly tell us what happened? Would you mind just briefly telling me what happened?
We don't know what happened, to be honest. We were just in a carriage. There was a big explosion. It went black. There was loads of smoke. We were in there for maybe 3-4 minutes. And then the driver helped us out. We walked to Ross's Square.
So, I mean, you've been injured, flying glass. What caused the injuries?
I don't know. They just felt like there was an explosion overhead. And there was a lot of people. I don't know. They could have been my glasses because I had them on when it happened. But yeah, I have no idea. It was just black and we just got out, so we have no idea.
What did you hear after the explosion?
People just screaming.
I thought it was on fire.
Yeah.
And you could just see light outside the carriage, but
Yeah, there was. It felt like orange light. It felt like it was on fire.
and you could hear like a
And it just stank of burning.
Can you come back into the hotel, yeah?
Sure.
Thank you very much.
All the windows came in and none of us knew what happened, and it was mayhem, and then the driver came out of the carriage, and which was quite scary because he shone a red light, and we all thought I thought I was dead. I had a vision of a fire, and then he came out and said he walked us through the platform. It was just, other than I don't know what happened. You probably know more than me. It was just, I don't know, but there's some seriously injured people there. It's not good.
Keep going, thank you. Sorry, they still need treatment.
I was in the front carriage and people were severely injured there. But I've heard, and I don't know if it's right, that people were even worse further back.
And this is inside Russell Square Station, was it, or further up the
No,
line?
it was in the tunnel between King's Cross and Russell Square.
And how do you describe the reaction of people in the train to what happened?
Very mixed. Some people were very calm, others were very panicky. Yeah, that's about all I can tell you, really.
Can you describe the moment that it happened? Do you have...
Only that I heard a very loud bang, the lights went out and the carriage filled with smoke. And people were thrown forward.
And what did you hear?
Just the loud bang and the noise of people reacting in different ways. Okay.
most of the police are handling. So probably effective. Yeah, but that's quite right. I'll let me get you there. Which is a good thing. Why would a shoe off?